All right, so as you may or may not know, the new HasLab project is a remake of this guy, which is 2001 RiD Omega Prime. And since I have the original ones, the original toy, I bought it brand new when it came out more than 20 years ago, which is crazy if you think about it. I figured, hey, might as well review them. And so here we are. We're gonna review them individually and then combine them. So here we are after looking at either one of them individually. But before we combine them, let's just take a look at them together. So a little bit more in depth. So yeah, and you can see he's a little bit taller, and especially from the legs. So they have that. Not much in the back, especially for Ultra Magnus, and Ultra Magnus is fairly unbalanced. Like he wants to just tip over on his back. Oh, one thing too. I was looking at the art for Ultra Magnus, and we need to flip over this to the front like that, which kind of makes sense because on truck mode it's the other way. And yeah, anyways, so let's get started. And the first thing we need to do is to devolve Optimus Prime to his basic form, and let's do that. Alright, so there they are together. I totally forgot how small Optimus Prime is on his basic form compared to Ultra Magnus. Anyways, let's get started. And the first thing you need to do, just like in the animation, they need to shake hands. And if you ever wondered why Ultra Magnus' thumb has that peg there, that pegs into Optimus Prime's hand, like so. Yeah. And you go like that, so they're shaking hands like that, and then he basically removes the arms. And then he takes the arm. So do that, and so to do this, remember there's two pegs here on his forearm, and then you look for the one that has two holes, which is the one with the two wheels, like that in there. And then you can just close it up just like before. Then you have the bigger hand there. Now you do the same thing for the other one. We're not gonna do the shake hands anymore because yeah. Just put the thumb into his fist and then rotate it until you get to that, until the wheels are on the outside of the forearm, and then you fold all the panels in like that. Now let's grab his legs. I mean Ultra Magnus' legs. So this is a torso now. Just let him aside there. Let's start with one of the legs here. So the first thing we need to do is to fold this flap in again, and then you can fold it right angles, open that up, and then this goes down, and then you can fold this in, and then flip the feet forward, and then now you can do the sides. This doesn't actually lock in to anything like this floppy, well, kind of like this one there, right? So it's good enough, but it still easily opens up like this. So yeah, anyways, the foot goes in there, there's a peg there, then there's a hole there, very similar to before. Then you flip the blue tab there, and then this one is the called tab. But yeah, anyways, that's basically how it's supposed to look like. Now let's do the other side. Do that, and then unfold the panels here, fold that in, and then make that right angles, and then put this in there, and then flip this in, then flip the foot out front like this, and then we're pretty much done here. You go that. Actually, yeah. Now this is done, and then we can shove in the leg in there. Yeah. And then now we can lock it. So, all right, now we're gonna do the body, but before we do that, let's prep Optimus Prime. So we extend the shoulders out, and then pull his torso up like this. Doesn't need to be all the way up, but it kind of locks in place. Let's put him aside, and then now we have to do with Ultra Magnus torso. It's pretty easy how it's supposed to be. You can already see it, and then the head is here, right? But the hard part is like the backpack here. So you have to do this again so you can flip it over. But before you do, you need to shove Ultra Magnus head up like this, right? So now it's over there. You can just flip it, and if you want, you just rotate it inward so the face is not visible at all, like that. And yeah, so and then obviously you form this into a V again, and you open this up. So this blue bit, actually no, you just fold this out of the way, put it on both sides, and then you flip this up. You can see that, you know, the backpack or the jetpack is there, and this thing, the angle is aligned, so it's supposed to be like this, but you know, it doesn't lock into place. So, but once you put it on Optimus Prime, it should settle in. Yeah, so you do both sides like this, and then you fold out the shoulder pads. Be careful with this panels here because they do pop out easily. Also notice that there's buttons. These are blue buttons, so when you press the buttons here, to trigger the sound, you know, that's the Ultra Magnus sound, but this button will flip it over to the Optimus Omega Prime sound. Yeah, right. So yeah. Anyways, let's just continue on with this. Can't remember what this is supposed to be, but ideally just move it out of the way as much as you can. Yeah, and then we should be ready to go. Oh, lastly, Ultra Magnus thigh should just fold in like this. Yeah. Okay, now. So there are two holes here that, and then there's two pegs here will go in there. Well, there's three pegs, but the two will go in there. So we can do that now. Yeah. Oh, you can see that this white piece here, this kind of gets sandwiched between Optimus Prime's shoulder and his body. Anyways, now you can fold this up, and this thing locks onto the chest of Optimus Prime. And then, yeah, we're pretty much done here. So you do that. This thing folds up. It doesn't really tab into place as well. So, alright, so there he is. Oh, actually, we forgot one thing. So we need to fold this in because they look like balls right now. So let's fold them in like this. Okay. Now we're good. Oh, let's do one more thing here. Let's try that again. Alright, so that's awesome. Right, so yeah, I mean, it looks awesome, but at the same time, it looks kind of weird. Because he's just, you know, Optimus Prime with add-ons from Ultra Magnus. Just like, you know, what he did to Jetfire. More on that later on, so let's just give him a spin. Yeah, but still pretty awesome, and kind of flimsy. It's not perfect, but you know, you have to remember this is a 20-year-old toy, So yeah, there you go. That's how it spin. You know, I I would do an articulation, but it's pretty much the same because these are Optimus Prime's arms. It's their legs, right? I mean, the main difference is the hands here. So you can open the fingers out like this. You can move the thumb in and out or sideways. And then the other difference is the foot. So he regained some feet articulation, so you can do that. And then you can move the toes up and down as well on its own, and then you can rock side to side, so you can do some crazy A stance, right? Like so. Now let's go closer. Yeah, so this Omega Prime's head, it looks pretty awesome, but obviously kind of looks like the powered up Prime head. So we have three things happening there. There's the gold chrome, silver chrome, or just plain silver on red, and the eyes is not it's not reflective anymore, but it is translucent so that you can do this. So it lights up because of the light here. And then he has a huge chest. Anyways, so obviously we see the same front there, which still looks pretty awesome, especially now. It's nice front and center on the chest. Then you have Prime's thighs there, and a little bit of his legs, and then Ultraman's legs there, and then the feet. And then you got some tires there. Nice touch. Really huge panel here that doesn't really tab into place that well. All right. Huge backpack or jetpack, and then wings on the very back there. Yeah. So there it is. Close up look at Omega Prime, and now let's do some size comparison. All right, first up, as always, G1 Optimus Prime. All right, next is the most recent combiner. He's definitely much taller. So, mind you, I do have some 3D printed add-ons that I made for him. So with the sword and the thigh, so he's even taller. Not a mainline, but still a combiner. HasLab Star Saber or Victory Saber. How about some older combiners? Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus Prime with Jetfire. Oh, never realized they're pretty much about the same height. Also from the same movie, yeah, Bruticus Maximus, obviously with some fan project add-ons. I really like this figure. Last but not least, Rail Racer. But since this is the Japanese version, JRX. Also a very cool figure. But since it's quite old, it's very loose as well. But yeah. Alright, so we're not done yet because, you might have a question like, okay, so what do you do with all the leftover parts here? Well, what I used to do, and I don't know if this is official or maybe I saw it somewhere, but it's been a while. Anyways, you could do this with all the parts. First, you take the Ultra Magnus gun, right? You can see at the very bottom here, there's square pegs and circle pegs that you can put it on top here. Right, so you can do that. And then Actually, you know, I'm curious. Like, what sound does he emit when in this mode? Oh, yeah. But yeah, you can do that. But we're not done yet. So you can take this feet and put it on the side. There's a hole there and there's a peg there. Side. You put it there. Yeah. Then same thing for the other side. So you take the foot here, pull that in, put it aside. And you can just leave the actual toes like that, and then attach it to the side here. And then you take the arm, right? So you go like, so you have this arm here. You do this, and then like this. Now it basically becomes hip armor here. You can attach it to Ultramagnus' forearm there, or arm, biceps. Yeah, so you get that look. Now you do the other side too. Okay, like this. All right, like flip the gun forward, obviously, or the turret. All right. All right, there you go. Now his has that hip skirt or hip armor. It's kind of getting ridiculous, as if he wasn't ridiculous before. All right, so these ones, you can put it there. It just slides in. Jesus, that's insane. Okay. Okay, stay. Alright, so there's Omega Prime, and I know that's not official, but I like how that looks, and it's my toy, so I'll do what I want. Anyways, so what do I think of him? Objectively speaking, of course, well, horrible balance. I'm actually surprised that he's not falling over right now. But yeah, also loose joints, loose connections. But yeah, and not, you know, completely accurate. But then again, not, pretty good considering the technology and the design. Like, you know, 20-year-old, right? So give them a break. Anyways. There's a lot of good things on this toy. For one thing, there's a lot of modes, a lot of gimmicks, a lot of details. You get some chrome all over the place too, and decent amount of paint here and there. Really looks good. I know that's subjective, but still, right? It just looks impressive, and all that for $35 each or 50 Canadian each. That's a pretty good deal. You know, I just hope that the new HasLab version, which is going to be much more expensive than this, is going to be also much better than this. But we'll see. We'll see. And I'm still debating whether or not to get them. Anyways, you know, that's it. If you want to see a video of the other toys that I shown in this video, just drop a comment below and let me know what you think about Omega Prime and the new one, of course. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye for now.